Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. Delhi High Court has reserved its judgment or its order while hearing a plea filed by Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal challenging his arrest by the Enforcement Directorate in the liquor policy scam on March 21. Now, lengthy arguments were made in the court by Kejriwal's counsel, Senior Advocate Abhishek Manu Singhi and ASG Raju representing the ED. Now, the latter argued that elections are just a bogey to divert the attention of the court from the main issue, from the scam that runs into hundreds of crores. In fact, the whole argument of elections and being a sitting chief minister was ripped apart in court today. Sample this. The ED counsel asked, take a case of terrorist who is also a politician. He blows up an army vehicle and says, I want to contest elections, so you can't touch me. What kind of argument is this? This is what the ASG argued in court. He further added that there is enough against the chief minister and beyond doubt there was a liquor scam worth hundreds of crores. Now, Kejriwal's arguments once again relied heavily of how nothing has been found against him and that most of the ED case is just others giving statements against him, that too belatedly. Well, his fate hangs in balance after bail relief to party man Sanjay Singh in the same case, the first such relief that has come for the Aam Aadmi Party. Of course, the party is hopeful that others like Kejriwal and even Manish Sisodia will soon get relief. But will it be as simple as that? As the political face-off continues over the Liquorgate saga, we ask if the AAP is rejoicing too soon. That's the big question we'll take to our guests in just a bit. But let me break down, even as we await the Delhi court's order, Kejriwal's counsel Abhishek Manu Singhi and ED counsel ASG Raju's arguments in court and how they were at loggerheads today. Of course, a lot of these arguments have been made over the past 10 days as well. But I want to break down what happened in the High Court today. Now, the hearing began with Kejriwal's counsel Singhvi making arguments and submissions. He argued that ED's case was weak and that there were no corroborations to the chief minister's role. The ED counsel later in the day countered the argument, saying that Kejriwal is accused of making false statements. Kejriwal's counsel further alleged that the arrest was made without any inquiry. But ED said that the investigation is at a nascent stage and that arguments have been made as if the investigation were complete and charge sheet filed. Highlighting the issue of corroboration, Singhvi said that not a comma of corroboration was made, forget proved against Arvind Kejriwal at least. ED argued that Kejriwal's involvement was clear through approver statements. Now, Kejriwal's counsel maintained that the true object of the arrest was to disable him, and this is where the election argument comes in. While ED argued that calling the agency unclean doesn't make him holier than thou either. Kejriwal's counsel reiterated that it was a fixed match ED was trying to play, while the latter claimed that there is damning proof, WhatsApp chats, approval statements, income tax data that show that this is a clear case of money laundering. Now remember, the Aam Aadmi Party is hailing the bail order of Sanjay Singh, but ED charges against the Aam Aadmi Party MP are actually pretty stringent. So I just want to break down for you why, even though bail and relief is a big deal as far as PMLA cases is concerned, and of course in this case it came about because the ED filed no objection. What are the charges against Sanjay Singh? They're all very serious. He is of course first accused of money laundering. ED has accused Sanjay Singh of receiving 2 crore rupees in cash which was used for party use. Now, this cash was allegedly received from middlemen who were connected to the South Group and others on 2 separate occasions, in fact. Now, ED says that the delivery of funds to Sanjay Singh has been corroborated by a witness as well. It also goes on to say that Sanjay Singh was close to liquor scam accused Dinesh Arora and businessman Amit Arora, also accused of money laundering in this case. ED sources say that Singh's personal assistant, and this is where probity will also come as part of this debate, that his personal assistant was actually put up as a dummy partner in one of Amit Arora's firm, even though he had no experience or no background in the same business. ED has also accused Sanjay Singh of trying to influence liquor policy earlier too, in the year 2020-21. This is one of the interesting charges that Sanjay Singh is facing, apart from the fact that some top secret ED documents and pictures of those documents were found at his residence, and there's a separate case that is actually going on under official Secrets Act as well. Now, the Supreme Court granted the Aam Aadmi MP relief yesterday. It may not be time for the Aam Aadmi Party to rejoice just yet. And that's our big focus today. I want to break down just why I say that. Supreme Court, first of all, made it clear that there was no expression of merit of the case or on Sanjay Singh's role as it was granting this bail. It was purely because the ED decided to not contest the bail, but that in itself is a political question. We'll take that on in just a bit. Number two, the Supreme Court said that bail to Sanjay Singh would not be a precedent for others. So it's not like this can be cited now for Arvind Kejriwal or Manish Sisodia. And number three, the court has also restricted and barred the Aam Aadmi Party MP from making any comments on his role in the case or on the case per se. So the big question we ask today is this: the Chief Minister's fate continues to hang in balance. Is the party, the Aam Aadmi Party in question, rejoicing too soon?
आप सत्य को दबा सकते हैं, लेकिन आप सत्य को मिटा नहीं सकते हैं। आज संजय सिंह जी की जमानत ने ये दिखा दिया।
सात अप्रैल को देश भर में सामूहिक उपवास का कॉल दिया जा रहा है। पूरे देश के अंदर जो लोग भी ये मानते हैं कि मोदी सरकार ज्यादती कर रही है, जहां भी संभव हो वो सामूहिक उपवास करें।
मुझे लगता है ये कहानियां गढ़ते हैं आम आदमी पार्टी के लोग।
Let's go across to our guest joining us. Pratyush Kant of the BJP will be with us in just a bit. Satendra Singh, former Deputy Director of ED, is with us. Siddharth Sharma, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, with us. Siddharth, let me begin with you. The ASG Raju, batting for the ED's case in court today, actually, made a pun around the Aam Aadmi Party's name and said that if the Aam Aadmi has to go to jail if they commit a crime, what special rules can the Chief Minister ask for? You cannot say that because I'm a Chief Minister, I cannot be put behind bars or I cannot be investigated. He even went on to say that this whole bogey of elections, timing, is just to divert attention. Now, elections may be upon us, but that doesn't mean you cannot be arrested if there is a grave charge against you.
Yeah, Shivani, I think when the Supreme Court, the biggest court of the land, has spoken the truth, I think we should be very precise with what they have said. There is not much left to say. What has essentially clearly transpired is that in the Supreme Court has clearly said that if there is money trail, there is jail, and if there is no money trail, the case is so failed that you can get bail. That is in Sanjay Singh's case. Now, in that, by the same implication, BJP, since it has confessed to 60 crore of its own money, of money from Sharath Reddy, who was an ED accused, the proceeds of the crime landing up at BJP's bank accounts, essentially BJP is saying that Mia Kalpa, I am the liquor scam beneficiary. So the moot question here is that when is the BJP's Pradhanji deciding to save the ED's time as well as the judiciary's time and surrendering to the ED and saying that yes, the proceeds of crime are with me, please start prosecuting me. Essentially what has happened yesterday is that the electoral bonds clearly showed that BJP is a Bhrashtachari party. By putting Arvind Kejriwal in jail, BJP is also saying that it is an Athyachari party.
Okay, one second. You're mixing a few things together.
I rest my case.
No, one second. You're mixing a few things together. What happened in court yesterday, let's not mix it with any political rhetoric. Also, what happened in court yesterday was not, as you said, the Supreme Court saying that if there is no money trail, that the person has to be given bail. The Supreme Court did not say that or imply that at all. In fact, today in the court, in the case of Arvind Kejriwal's plea, the ED has very categorically said that one, Role is not required to be looked at. What is required to be looked at is that he was responsible for the affairs of the party or the company concerned. The money trail is there. We have located the money trail. The money may have been used, and that is why it cannot be found. And in fact, the charge against Sanjay Singh is also that he got funds for party use, and if they were used in election, then obviously those funds are going to be, those funds have evaporated. They have been used. So it's not about finding those funds per se. What the court has also, what the ED interestingly has also said today is, again, that it is not essential to find that money trail in terms of finding that cash, but they are confident that there is a money trail and they will establish that money trail in terms of other aspects. But Siddharth, I continue with you. Pratyush Kant of the BJP is also joining us. The question I ask you is this: some of the fundamental arguments of Arvind Kejriwal today in court are that I am a sitting chief minister, I am a politician, an opposition politician, and elections are upon us. But as the ED argued today, elections could be tomorrow, but if the agencies believe you've committed a crime or there is a serious charge against you, you cannot say you have immunity from arrest. That's the main point.
Is that question to me, Shivani, or to someone else?
To you.
So are you saying that Arvind Kejriwal and his advocates cannot make any submissions in court? They should accept whatever ED says? Then the moot question is, ED is not independent. Miss Banswi Swaraj, who is the BJP candidate from New Delhi, also appears for the ED. So that clearly shows that the ED is not a supreme body. Second thing, after yesterday's judgment, I think you would be very clear that the ED is not a supreme body. The supreme body is the Supreme Court of India. And incidentally, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, has said in a mea culpa that he is behind putting Arvind Kejriwal in jail, because he essentially has said that he is going to fight the corruption battle. Now, Mr. Modi says that he is going to fight the corruption battle. On the other hand, you say that the ED is independent, and on the third hand, ED has an advocate, which is a BJP candidate. What does it make?
Okay.
Essentially, what
on the BJP candidate, I think it has been clarified by ED, but I'll let Pratyush Kant answer that. You didn't answer my question.
I'll come to that.
No, but when are you going to come to that? This is the third time I'm asking you the question. I don't have unlimited time. You've made your arguments, but please address the issue I am questioning. The political argument. Does it stand in court that because elections are coming up, that's why you can't act against me?
Miss Shivani Gupta, you will have to understand that you are not the court. I am not the criminal here for you to ask me anything, and I am subjugated to answering your questions. I am here to make my submissions. Either you hear me or you don't hear me. It's for the
are you going to get to it?
Viewers to judge. My question is very simple. The answer to your question is Arvind Kejriwal right now in custody. He's reeling BJP in. He's making sure that the trial goes faster and faster. And once the trial starts, BJP has since it's done a mea culpa by saying that the ED accused proceeds of the crime of the Delhi liquor scam has arrived at its doorstep. It is going to get convicted. It's as simple as that. Arvind Kejriwal is essentially reeling BJP in, sitting in a custody. That's what he's doing.
I didn't understand what you meant by that, but in any case, I'll go to Pratyush Kant on the Banswi Swaraj connection that has been made. You can respond to him. Plus, again, the entire argument of, the ED, of the Aam Aadmi Party is, you look what happened in Sanjay Singh's case. Even the court had to ask the ED yesterday, what is your plan with Sanjay Singh? Have you found anything on him? Has any money trail been established? The ED didn't give an answer to that, so I won't put words into their mouth. But certainly something transpired that led the ED to, say, okay, we don't have an objection to his bail. Please answer both of these questions.
Ma'am, I hope you will be as patient to me as you were with the other.
Both of you are going to accuse me of not being patient with you. I have learnt it. This is my occupational hazard that I will be attacked by both party spokespersons. But any case, go ahead.
I empathize with you, Shivani. I empathize with you on that count.
So, firstly, coming to Banswi Swaraj's point, her name was mentioned in the Lordship's order, which was immediately rectified. I am nobody to comment on the highest court of the country, but she was not there. So that happened somewhere down and it has been taken out. So that issue is settled. And I am sure my co-panelists were not aware of the fact but it happened from the apex court. So none of us are here to comment on that. B, coming to the point, Sanjay Singh's case clearly shows that the judicial system is working. And I'm sure the Aam Aadmi Party would be very happy. But I want to tell your viewers, nothing has happened. He has just got bail. Bail you get in case if an FIR is registered, evidence is there, the court listens to the matter, the agencies keep briefing the courts, and when the court thinks and the agency says we don't need him, he gets a bail.
Why don't they need him
Not
anymore?
one line
That's
has
the
Supreme
interesting
Court
question.
said about the merit. Just hold on. Have patience. Not one line has the Supreme Court said on the merit of the case. And that is the key word, the merit of the case. It is just an ongoing process. Getting a bail is an ongoing process in the judicial system of this country. No new system is made for anybody.
No, but in this system, the PMLA system, Pratyush,
one
one second, I'll give you more time. But in this system, the PMLA system, you only really get bail unless the court has pronounced an order on the merits of the case or the ED doesn't object. Now, several people are even saying there is some political connotation to the ED taking instructions during break and coming back and saying, oh, we don't need Sanjay Singh anymore. You've got some other political game going on, the BJP.
Now I can't do some kite flying here. It's a very serious channel. So I will stick to what the law says and what is to be said to your viewers. The question here is, Sisodia doesn't get bail. Arvind Kejriwal has to go through the whole process of law. You have to understand, a clear trail has been established in the liquor scam. The senior most judge of the Supreme Court says the file, which none of us have seen, because we only get to see those things which come in public domain. But when the agency shows them the paper, which we don't see, they see, here is the clear trail of money which is there. Now, where is the money gone? That is the part of evidence. That is the part of the agencies trying to find out. None of these guys get bail because the evidences speaks for themselves, loud and clear. And this is the question that in Sanjay Singh's case, the ED realized that, okay, we have collected the evidence. If he gets bail, why do you forget? Sanjay Dutt went to jail, was out on bail, did shootings and then went to jail again, because that is how the system works. The case begins, you listen to the whole case, you get bail, but if you're finally guilty, you go back to the prison and do your jail term.
Why was the ED so kind to Sanjay
Party.
Singh is the question politically that is being asked. Obviously, I know you're not going to give me a straight answer for that. But on the issue of the ED not filing an objection, I want to go across to Satendra Ji, the former ED official joining us. Satendra Ji, I want to understand from you, what are the circumstances under which ED will say कि हमें अब आगे कस्टडी नहीं चाहिए, आप इनको बेल दे सकते हैं. बहुत रेयरली होता है और इस केस में हमने देखा ये पहली बार ईडी बोल रही है कि हमें कोई ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं है, एटलीस्ट आम आदमी पार्टी की लीडर के केस में. तो आपको क्यों लगता है कि उन्होंने क्यों ये बोला है कि हमें कोई ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं है?
शिवानी जी, आप यूं समझे कि हर जो आरोपी है और उनकी बेल एप्लीकेशन वो अलग अलग तरीके से देखी जाती है. क्या इस केस में पहले किसी की बेल नहीं हुई? क्या हम सिर्फ पॉलिटिकल आदमी की बेल की बात करें? कुछ अन्य आरोपियों की भी जमानत इस मुकदमे में हो चुकी है. तो ये कहना कि पहली जमानत हो रही है, ये ठीक नहीं है. दूसरा कि ईडी ने ये क्यों कहा कि अब हम इनकी बेल होती है तो हमें कोई ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं. देखिए, ये हर केस टू केस डिसीजन लिया जाता है. जहां तक इसका मतलब ये है कि ईडी ने को जो इनके बारे में जांच करनी थी पूरी हो चुकी है, जिन गवाहों से जांच होनी थी वो पूरा हो चुका है. और तीसरा बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है इसमें इश्यू कि यदि जांच अधूरी है तो क्या वह जो आदमी जेल के अंदर है जिसने बेल अप्लाई की है, क्या वो जो बाहर विटनेसेज है उनको बाहर निकलने पे इन्फ्लुएंस कर सकता है या ऑनगोइंग इन्वेस्टिगेशन को हैम्पर कर सकता है? ये सब चीजें देखने के बाद ही ईडी ने कहा होगा कि ठीक है, हमें कोई ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं.
तो ये भी तो बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात है ना, संजय सिंह एमपी है, सिटिंग एमपी है,
तो क्या हो गया?
ईडी ने ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं किया कि उनके पास इतनी पावर है एज ए सिटिंग एमपी, क्या वो इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं कर सकते प्रोब को?
नहीं. देखिए, ईडी ने देखा होगा संजय सिंह से रिलेटेड जो भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन है वो कंप्लीट हो चुका है. तो अब उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता यदि वो बाहर भी चले जाते हैं। उसके अलावा उन पे कंडीशंस लगाई गई हैं बेल के अंदर भी, कि वो इस तरह की यदि कोई हरकत करते हैं और एजेंसी की नोटिस में आता है तो तुरंत उनकी बेल कैंसिल कराने के लिए मूव कर दिया जाएगा।
ओके सत्येंद्र जी, मेरे को आपसे एक सवाल पूछना है। कल जो कोर्ट में ये संजय सिंह का जो बेल हियरिंग हुआ, उसमें यू लुक एट द क्रोनोलॉजी, कोर्ट ने पूछा कि आपको क्या कोई मनी मिला है, कोई मनी ट्रेल मिला है? अगर हम बेल देते हैं तो हमें ये कह के बेल देना पड़ेगा कि इनके खिलाफ कोई केस नहीं है और आपके बाकी केस पे बहुत एडवर्स इफेक्ट होगा, तो आप सोच लीजिए। और ईडी मेरिट्स में गया नहीं, ईडी ने क्यों नहीं मेरिट्स प्रेजेंट किए? अब इसको आप कैसे देखेंगे?
देखिए, हर केस को उसी केस के दायरे में देखना चाहिए, इसको हम आगे या पीछे नहीं देखें। ये संजय सिंह से रिलेटेड था, ईडी ने एक बड़ा कॉन्शियस डिसीजन लिया है कि ठीक है, हमें इसको अपोज नहीं करना, हम इनको विंडो दे देते हैं, क्योंकि स्टेज नहीं थी और ये आरोपी नहीं देखे तो ट्रायल में डिसीजन होगा सारा, बाकी आर्गुमेंट सब ट्रायल के टाइम हो जाएंगे। और जहां तक केजरीवाल जी की बात है या सिसोदिया जी की बात है, ओवरऑल भी देखें तो उनकी हैसियत जो है, सिसोदिया जी मंत्री थे
जी, उनका
रोल बड़ा है। केजरीवाल जी पूरी पार्टी के सर्वे सर्वा हैं, तो जो भी पैसा आया, कहां गया, कैसे आया, इसके निर्णय में
उनकी जिम्मेदारी ज्यादा बनती है। एक्चुअली एज पब्लिक ऑफिशियल्स पॉलिसी में अगर कोई करप्शन हुआ है तो सिटिंग मिनिस्टर और चीफ मिनिस्टर दोनों की जिम्मेदारी बनती है। बट आई विल कम बैक टू यू सत्येंद्र जी। द moot question I'm asking today, Siddharth, is this. You can read a lot into what happened as far as Sanjay Singh's bail hearing is concerned and the circumstances. Point is, the court said this is not to be a precedent for anybody else. This is not an expression of merit. Is the Aam Aadmi Party getting too excited too early? Should you not be cautious still? Because clearly the responsibility of both Manish Sisodia and Arvind Kejriwal is going to be greater in this case.
Absolutely. Let me clarify one thing right at the outset. We are not celebrating, we are not rejoicing here. Right now, we are in an elections season. And as you've seen today in Arvind Kejriwal's case, although Arvind Kejriwal personally has already made his submissions in the Rouse Avenue Court regarding the merits of the case, saying that आपने अगर आप मुझे किस बिना पे अरेस्ट किए हैं, तो ईडी ने कहा कि हमारे पास आपके खिलाफ बयान है। तो उन्होंने कहा कि अगर मैंने बयान दे दिया कि भाजपा के प्रधान जी को मैंने 100 करोड़ रुपया दिया है, तो आपने उनको अरेस्ट किया क्या? Today, what is essentially happening in the court is that Arvind Kejriwal is presenting his case not himself but through lawyers, and essentially what is happening is that he's pushing this case into trial mode, because once the trial starts, it's now very clear that incidentally, when the ED former director, I forgot his name, I apologize. I was seeing on a very small screen, Satyendra ji was saying, he very clearly said that every case is different and there is a lot of opacity in it. Nobody knows what the investigation is. But the law of the land, India is run by the Constitution. In the Constitution, it is very clear that any case has to be proven in an open court of law. There cannot be any opacity, and every law has a precedent. And yesterday, what the precedent Supreme Court has said is very clear, that if there is no money trail, the case is very frail, and hence bail. That also means that if there is a money trail, there is directly jail according to the PMLA law. And isn't it true that Mr. Sharath Reddy has given 55 crores and BJP has received 55 crores?
Okay, can I come in on the money trail aspect? Siddharth, I think I mentioned this earlier.
Money trail as well as the proceeds of the crimes have reached BJP. So BJP is going to get convicted
here. One second. Let's dial down the political rhetoric. Let's discuss what we're discussing. But on the money trail issue, I want to go back to Satyendra ji one more time. इंटरेस्टिंगली ईडी ने आज तो कोर्ट को यह बोल दिया कि पहली बात तो इस केस में जो पैसा अक्यूज को मिला है अलेजेडली, वो तो खर्च हो गया, तो वो तो मिलेगा नहीं,
मनी ट्रेल नहीं मिल रहा है।
हाँ, दूसरी बात उन्होंने ये भी बोला है कि बाकी फैसेट्स को देखा जाए, बाकी प्रूफ देखा जाए, चैट्स हो, ट्रेल हो, तो हमारे पास ट्रेल है, लेकिन वो एक्चुअल कैश तो हमें नहीं मिलेगा।
ट्रेल बिल्कुल है कि शरद रेड्डी के पास, शरद रेड्डी का पैसा बीजेपी के पास पहुंच गया, वही तो ईडी बोल रही है कि ट्रेल हमको मिल गया है।
ओके सिद्धार्थ, प्लीज कंट्रोल योरसेल्फ, वन सेकंड। दी थर्ड एस्पेक्ट इज कि आज तो कोर्ट ने ये भी बोल दिया है कि ऑलमोस्ट कि ये मनी ट्रेल ऐसे एस्टैब्लिश करना जरूरी नहीं है, उनका जो रोल और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है वो देखिए एज अ पार्टी कन्वीनर एंड एज अ चीफ मिनिस्टर। तो आप इसको कैसे देखते हैं कि क्या मनी ट्रेल एस्टैब्लिश करना की नहीं होगा इस केस में? एक्चुअल कैश ढूंढना क्या की नहीं होगा, या सिर्फ ईडी को इतना दिखाना है कि इसके हाथ में पैसा आया और यहां खर्च हुआ?
शिवानी जी, एक्चुअल कैश को ढूंढना कोई जरूरी नहीं है, ठीक है, वो इंपॉर्टेंट है यदि मिल जाता है, लेकिन ये प्रूव कर देना एविडेंस से कि ये जो पैसा है कैसे कैसे मूव हुआ और किसके इंस्ट्रक्शन पे मूव हो रहा था, ये सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग केस में, ऑफेंस ऑफ मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग में। और देखिए, आप जैसे कहीं भी हम किसी को किंगपिन कहते हैं, तो किंगपिन जो होता है वो खुद कभी कुछ काम नहीं करता, उसके काम उसके इशारों पे होते हैं। ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो सिर्फ यदि ये प्रूव हो जाता है कि जो नीचे आदमी काम कर रहे थे या जो किया उन्होंने इनके इशारे पे किया, तो ये बहुत ही बड़ा सबूत है उनका मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग के ऑफेंस का। क्योंकि किंगपिन जो है खुद तो पैसे के हाथ ही लगाता है, खुद कुछ भी नहीं करता है। किंगपिन तो
Okay.
किंगपिन वर्ड किया
No,
जाता है।
this is very interesting because so far, Pratyush, the Aam Aadmi Party has been harping on the fact that where is the money, where is the money, where is the money, where is the money. The ED is saying it's not important to establish where the money is today, the money is spent.
I'll tell you, the Aam Aadmi Party के जो दोस्त हैं ने कांग्रेस वाले, so just 4 weeks ago Ajay Maken did a press conference from Congress headquarters and said that 100 crore rupees was siphoned off in this liquor gates thing. He did a 4-page press release also he sent on that. And he said the money has gone, 40 crores have gone to defeat Congress from Goa. And Mr. Maken now has become recently friends, they're fighting together now. Just 4-5 weeks ago, he had a huge press conference. Then on his Twitter, he wrote the greatest detail to back it up. Aam Aadmi Party का again नया दोस्त राहुल गांधी said, तेलंगाना में तो चोरों की पार्टी है. So everybody in the political circle knows that they made money through liquor scam, because the liquor scam, the corruption was so wide and big from South India, every part. You had very kingpins, sitting in CM's office, in his house, living in a minister's house, making money. What was happening? What was happening? India has never seen this kind of chori and Sina chori ever in the history. Everybody, the political allies, I would forget about BJP saying that they have made money. Even Congress was saying that they had made money and made money in liquor scam. So,
Okay.
and if you go and spend that money, you make jewelries for your wife or you do hawala, I don't know what they did to the money. What is the job of ED or any other investigating agency? It could be CBI, it could be a local police of EOW doing a case. They have just to say
Okay.
that this guy made money, the money has gone here.
Siddharth, I'll allow you 30 seconds. The ED is basically saying we have to establish a trail, not the actual cash.
Yeah, I'll take just 10 seconds. It was very interesting to see what Satyendra ji said just now on your TV and the ED saying in court. Essentially, they are saying that neither is there a missing person, neither is there a dead body, but they expect a judiciary to hang someone for murder. So there is no recovery of money, neither there
This
is
is
a
not
money
a murder
trail.
case,
But
it's a
you feel
PMLA
that-
case.
So no PMLA, you will get somebody convicted. Essentially, who will get convicted here is that the BJP Pradhan ji, because he has accepted the money trail as well as the recovery of money at his own doorstep. It is as clear as that. And the faster this trial goes, the easier it will be for the judiciary, the media, as well as the ED. The people's money will be saved. It's as simple as that now. It's an
Pratyush.
open and shut case. It's an open and shut case now, Shivani.
Open and shut case. You say this why? Because Sanjay Singh got bail. That's why, right?
No, because the Supreme Court spoke the truth.
What part of the Supreme Court are you mentioning?
That there is no money trail, there is no recovery of
Which
money,
Supreme
hence,
Court lies?
Yeah, so
hence
Sanjay
bail.
Singh's
What is
case,
happening?
Sanjay
You
Singh's
are-
case.
You are
Yes,
challenging
Pratyush.
now Supreme Court. For God's sake, at least leave the apex court out of this debate. And they think if Supreme Court spoke the truth. Supreme Court in this country always speaks the truth, because that is how the Constitution of India is made. What kind of debate are we having here? We are challenging the Supreme Court of India today.
We are having an intelligent
please, for
debate.
God's
We
sake,
are
let's
having
leave
an
the judiciary
intelligent debate,
to do its own
unfortunately.
job.
I don't know whether you understand
What?
this or
You are
not. We
using
are
word
having a
like
very
finally they
intelligent
spoke the
debate.
truth.
And
Supreme
everything
Court
got
always
exposed
speaks
right
the
now.
truth. Supreme
Well,
Court makes the law of the land.
Well,
What are you
Satyendra
saying?
ji- Satyendra
Have
ji
some
just
respect
now
for
5
judiciary
minutes
at
ago
least.
said
We
that
live
no
in a
money trail
democracy.
is required, neither recovery of money is
You have a
required for
chief minister
PMLA
who's
conviction.
behind bar is not
And the
coming
ED
out.
says the same thing
It's
in
a
the
shame.
court.
It's a
Essentially,
shame.
the ED is expecting
It's a
the
shame.
judiciary to hang
a chief
someone
minister sits
without
with a
a
dalal
murder,
in his house. It's
without a
shame.
dead body or a missing
You have
person.
ministers
So
in the
how
jail
come a
and
PMLA
their
case
life
will
is a
stand
shame.
in court with either
It's a
no
shame
money,
that you
recovery
make
of
money
money or no
everywhere.
money
And
trail.
you are saying
Essentially
that
what has happened is that
thank
BJP
God
ने अपने
Supreme
पैर पे
Court is
कुल्हाड़ी
speaking the
मारी है।
truth.
उसके बाद
Supreme
money
Court
trail
of this country
money
always
trail भी
speaks
पहुंच
the
गया
truth.
है,
One second.
proceed of
You
the
are a
crime भी
small
पहुंच गया है।
party.
जल्दी
You
से
are
इस
here
केस को
today, tomorrow you
फाइल कर
won't be
दीजिए
here.
सर, जल्दी
Supreme
से इस
Court
केस
will
को
always
फाइल
be
कर
here.
दीजिए।
Okay,
It's a
can I
body made by the
just
Constitution
can I
of
just
India.
come in? I agree with
You
one
must
thing
have
that I
some
think
shame
cases like this,
before you
which
talk
have
about
such
Supreme
big
Court of
political
India like
names
this.
involved, should be decided at the earliest. They shouldn't be hanging because that doesn't help
Exactly.
the country for
Exactly.
sure. But the political impact of Sanjay Singh coming out, he was expected to walk out today. I don't know exactly what time he walks out. We're also waiting for the order by the Delhi High Court on the CM's plea. A lot still pending, still to happen as far as this case is concerned, and the political impact of that will be felt as we close in to elections. I do thank our guests for joining us.